Hello, everyone. It appears and it seems to be I am a target. I am a target that cannot be hit. I say this hoping that not ultimately, the situation and case to be, but I'm just speaking truth of my reality. Ever since I chose and made the decision to apply myself to be better, in the way I see inside of me. It seems like the outside world is keen and hooked on distracting and ultimately just fucking with me. Ever since I decided that I wanted to do better for myself, because the way I was living wasn't right. I was doing a whole lot of things in the past that I seen others do repeatedly. When repeating these acts, it only brought upon chaos and disruption, anger, pain, hate. And I felt like I was losing myself in the storm. When the storm cleared, when I grew consciously, internally, I started to be aware of people's inner true fears, and the light exposed the masks that they wore around me. What I mean, the closest people to me started to react. They started to not be friends, not be families. My loved ones started to show more hate. And I accepted all this. I accepted all this because all I wanted was the truth. And the truth was revealing to me, and sometimes the truth can be scary if you're not prepared for it. So it kind of shook me when the light was shown and their true faces was revealed. Now, I say all this as I'm recording this, just more light is being shown. Something more sinister going on in my reality. Like I said, I have a target on my back. I have a purpose. I have a purpose, and that purpose is to share my experience and the truth on how this life, how this world works. Now, it's for everyone, not for everybody, but the chosen few to come forth and bring their wisdom, using their present consciousness and awareness to what's really going on in this plane, in this dimension. This plane and dimension we reside in is a plane and dimension of duality. I'm gonna simply put it as that. It's duality. This plane dimension is a duality of everything that is and that always will be. And to add to that, what I mean on a simpler understanding, hot and cold. And for a higher understanding, it is I would say truth and lies. Love and death, cause and effect. I said love and death. Life and death. Love and hate. Man, woman, masculine, feminine, yin and yang, push and pull. As within, so without, so below. As within, so without. As above, so below. I hope that this message reaches the right people and know that the truth will always prevail. Love will always conquer. and triumph in the truth and love is what God is. Walk in truth and love will beat all forms of lies, hate, manipulation, gaslighting, projecting. Will expose all foes. It expose so-called friends, loved ones. It will shed light. It will illuminate what's been hidden and done in the dark. All you gotta do is ask and walk in faith. I want to share this also. How these deceitful, ugly, hateful individuals, groups of peoples, the majority of this world, they thrive off of chaos, confusion, delusion, and the illusions they cast over you that they want you to believe that is true. Know that the majority things that you consume is a lie. It's for you to unfold and discover the truth. And that might take time. That may take patience. That may take for you to raise your energy, your vibration, your consciousness to your own inner world and your outer world experience. Everyone has a part to play. I'm just playing mine and sharing you guys what I know. The most important thing in this dimension, in this plane of existence, is you. You are. Your energy. Your time, which is your life. That's what's important. And how you choose and decide what to do. Simply, your choices and your decisions. Because it's your life, it's your energy. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not going to tell you that you need to change your life. But I will say, for those who do want to evolve, know that you must die to the illusion and the lies that have been pumped through the televisions, through the media, through the food, the advertisement, through the influence of so-called movie stars, superstars, politics. All of these things, they play a part in the way we see the world, in its beauty and ugly. Remember, it's a duality. There is a force of evil, but there's also an equal, and I want to say also a greater force of good, which not everyone is capable of digging within and bringing forth. I say that because I've been in both worlds where it was easier to drop low and be nasty. It took greater and higher energy and consciousness and willpower to do what's right and to do what's good. The reason why I say that is because we don't see it. We don't know how to do it because it's not shown. It's not shown within individuals. It's not shown within individuals. It's not shown within the families, the households. It's not shown within a community. It's not shown within places of high influence, the media. All that you see from individuals, families, communities, the media is acts of hate, of violence, lies, chaos. And the more you consume these images, these sounds, the gossip, the more you witness all acts of hate, jealousy, violence, you are what you consume. So once you consume all these, you are that. You want to be that. So the only way is to separate yourself from all of these things and to seek greater. Seek peace. Peace is your energy. When your peace is disrupted, take it as an act of war, where now you have to fight and defend your peace. Your peace is your energy. Your energy is your life. Your energy is everything. Respect yourself. Love yourself. Once you do that long enough, it becomes your habit. Once you do it consistently, authentically, you can then illuminate your inner world and project yourself and see yourself within other people. That's how we can change. We can change individually, and we could multiply by projecting our consciousness onto other people, onto our world. Forgive the music, but I shall continue for a little bit more. Is there anyone willing to collaborate in truth without fear? Not for me, but for yourself. To change within yourself. I don't really care too much about what you do personally outside of you, but I do care about the internal world. That's what's true. How one live their life outside is ultimately their choice and their decision. And I would not be mad. I would not hate. Keep on living how you living outside of yourself, if you choose to. But if you choose and decide and want to evolve, sort of like a caterpillar going within in a cocoon state, in a hermit state, and then blossoming, evolving, transforming into a butterfly, where now you have freedom, to be beautiful. I love the analogy of transforming and going through the evolution state like a caterpillar. The outer world teaches you, it brings truth. And when I say the outer world, when it pertains to nature technology is what's true. Man-made technology is only a copy of what is naturally and authentically, organically true. If that makes sense to you. Some may want an example on what I mean. I didn't know a long time when I was a little boy that you could light a light bulb with a potato. What I know now is that nature has energy. Life has energy. To me, that's what's true, and that's what's important, and that's what I thrive to protect. With my life, if need be. I do not choose or want to be murdered because I'm a messenger and bringing the truth. No, I don't consent to that claim and fear that people have and the action that they feel like they must take. I'm just doing what's within my heart. Showing the masses of people that don't know how to express, show, act in this form of truth and love, and to share wisdom and information when it's your time to, and the time should be now. But ultimately, when you have the will to, I'm making this video now because I have the will to. It's been on my conscience for a while, but what it seems like I needed to push. I had tons of wisdom and I have more to share at a later date. But right now I'm just sharing that I know there's some people that want to do good, and perhaps they may not know how to just give it time, patience, line up your ducks, have faith, and do it authentically. Show the gifts that the Creator, the Divine Creator, bestowed within you. Shine, because if you're listening to this, you are a star, and you are meant to shine. Shine your gifts, no matter what it is, without no fear. Nobody can take that away from you, but they will try. They will try to distract you. They will try to shame you. They will hate you. They will do all that they can. They will throw it all at you. They can only try. But in the end, like I said earlier in the video, love and truth. Walk in that. Be in that. Marinate in that. And show it. Being an individual person. Being authentic. Show your love authentically. Speak and show your truth when it's need to, authentically. Don't let no one control you. Don't let no one hurt you. They're gonna hate when they see you want more for yourself and doing better for yourself. Wanting more, deciding to want more and do more for yourself, the better for yourself. That's when the other side of what's good, or the love and hate, the other side is the other side to it that wants to keep the world running on a give and take type of duality. They want you to just give out so much love, and they'll take it to manifest off of your emotional, creative energy. That's what's true about this world that we live in, this duality, this dimension. I repeat that again. They want this world to be in a give and take. You give your energy, they take your energy to create more things to keep you distracted, to create more things for you to consume. And what you consume, you are. And what they pushing on you is negativity, low vibrational, unconscious things. That's what they want you to be. A dead vegetable that gets up every morning to work to no end, to die, and for your children to follow in your same footsteps. I don't advise everyone, I don't advise people to, my advice, I don't advise people to bring your children, to these industries they created, these schools, You know the world, you know what you've been through. The best teachers in this world is yourself. But I know the children need guidance. So guide them. You could do that better than any damn teacher can. That's what's true in the world. So understand, energy. Understand the spirit within inside themselves. And if they want anything, they just gotta go within and just produce it. It's your creative energy, and they take it from you. They try to take it from you, snatch it from you. When you come into this world, they're already on you. So it's for us now to protect the children. But before we could protect the children, we gotta step up and change our inner state. Because we don't want to push and have our children consume the negativity we consumed so many years. So we gotta start with ourselves. And we gotta start now. No time to wait. Because we've been at war. This been ongoing. And I'm stepping up by making this video and knowing that I'll reach the right people to give them the spark and the energy and the love to basically say, fuck that. I ain't gonna take this shit no more. That don't mean be violent. Nah. Protect your energy. To have that attitude, but use that energy and that attitude to change the way you think, the way you feel. Raise your energy, raise your vibration by just going within. creating a place of peace, a sanctuary of peace where your spirit can grow. Your spirit can't grow when there's loud confusion, distractions, arguments. Nah, just walk away from that. Walk away from people that want to go back and forth with you. When you explain yourself one time and people don't understand, they say they're listening but they ain't listening. Walk away. Re-evaluate the situation by yourself. Trust me, it works. You don't have to understand why they don't understand. Just walk away because you know. And what you know is, you know how to act right. You know you don't want to do something to somebody they don't want to do to you, right? You don't want somebody to do something to you that you know damn well you ain't gonna do to them. That's just common sense. Have empathy. The people who got that got empathy, the people that got empathy, the people that have empathy. Excuse me. The people that have empathy are the biggest target. There's a lack of empathy within individuals, within the family, within the community, within the government, within the politics, within the world. So it gotta start with you before it could multiply and spread out. So have more empathy, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. That's how you know how to treat and how to show up and act towards somebody. You just ask yourself, damn, if this person did this to me, would I like it? How would I feel? You know, that's the inner work you do with yourself. I'm giving you the game right there. So everything that you've been doing this far, you sit down somewhere quiet, you could go outside, just somewhere where you have peace and quiet, and you can ask yourself these questions, right? The things that you're doing to somebody, right? Whatever you're doing to somebody, just know we in the world of duality, they're gonna do it back to you. So the best thing to do is to act in kindness. I'm not talking about being nice. A lot of people say, oh, I'm trying to be nice to you. Nice and being kind is two different things. You don't gotta take my word for anything I'm saying. Y'all could just look it up and do your own research for yourselves. You know what I mean? Don't just straight up believe what anyone's saying, even me. Go and find, the truth. Go and find the truth. Just like how I did. I'm just sharing to you what I know. But I'm giving you the tools, and it's just up to you what you decide to do with them. I'm telling you, if you want to change, everyone got to change individually. How to do that? It's going within. It's going within. Right now, the times that we in right now, is the duality is switching. It's switching, and I don't think it's by design. I believe and I know it to be by control. And what I mean by that, the energy is shifted so much. And it's the masculine and feminine energy within individuals is being altered chemically through the media, through foods, through the music. So we have our feminine. I'm gonna simply put it like this: we in the energy, right? We in the times right now. Like, I don't know how to say. I don't know what's the right word to say. So I'm gonna just say these words. We in the era of where men is to be masculine in a feminine energy, and it's for women to be feminine in their masculine energy. But what I see is just men is just being feminine. They just be a man feminine. They're just completely confused. So what I mean, men is being feminine, they are reacting emotionally at a higher rate. And on the other counterpart, the duality, we have we have we have females we have females that's in their that they're in their masculine, energy right now. Not all, for men and women, not all, but the majority of these individuals, the women, are in their masculine energy as a female. So what you see nowadays is more women going to work, more women. I notice more women are driving tractor trailers, driving buses. Women are doing the men's job, what was considered, to be a masculine type of job. That's what I mean. We have the feminine doing masculine things, and we have the masculine doing feminine things. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's just little things like that. I'm not saying woman can't do what a man do, and a woman, I'm not saying that, but I see that, that's just the energy. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just see what's going on, because energy is the only thing that's energy, and the truth and the life. It's the only thing that's real. You understand me? So the energy is just that. And that brings a whole lot of that brings even more confusion, because I understand back then, before I came into this world, the dating scene, men didn't understand the woman, the woman didn't understand the men then, and now it's even more confusing with the energy being flip-flop, because we're in a time and era where women needs to women is called to master their inner masculine, and men is called to master their inner feminine nature. So like you're going within. But for the men, it's like to do what women do, like have empathy, regulating your emotions, feeling your emotions. This is about tapping into your intuition, to deeper inner wisdom. This is how women got that sixth sense, and they can sense danger and fear. That's what they do. It's for men to tap into that energy, and it's for for the females. It's for the females to tap into their masculine energy, to be strong, assertive, and take action when it comes to their intuition, with their feelings. Being upfront. Like doing what's right. I'm not gonna speak too much on the female behalf, but for the males, I can, not that I can't relate to it. I can't put myself in the body of a woman. I could imagine. That's all I can do, is imagine how a woman would feel if she had to be in a masculine energy, you know, it will be just her not being so much emotional, but not emotionless, but having a better understanding and control of her emotions while still maintaining a physical, feminine physique and personality, but just being more stronger, masculine. Masculine is the outer, like what you do, how you show up. The feminine is the inner intuition. It's the inner world. Masculine is the yang. The feminine is the yin. So it's for men to work internally, and for the females, it's to do the work externally. So that's why I said before that, you know, I see females driving, like just basically doing more the things that men would do, like work in the outside world. You know, I mean, go to work, you know, fixing around the house. They walking. I see more walking dogs, 2 dogs, pit bulls, and all that. Just doing masculine things. And sure, I'm not saying you can't do that. That's just doing like what I said. I don't want to speak too much on that, but what we should do. I know and I believe there's a female out there that understands the energies, and they could describe it. I'll say more better for the feminine ear to digest. But for men, talking to all of you, you know, it's to go within, man. Man, it's to go within. You know, stop reacting. I know times have changed. Men is, you know, acting more emotionally, reacting and not reasoning. So you gotta really sit down and reason with your inner world on what's going on. So, because everything's being shaked up, and it's, you know, it's not for you to smoke more weed. You know, that only, it's like putting a band-aid on, but it's just gonna get worse. It's like put a band-aid on like a big ass hole in your heart. You just put a small little band-aid on it, and then smoking more weed is like you slapping on more band-aids, but you know, your heart is still leaking. It's not filling that hole in your heart. So it's to go within and do the inner work inside of you. That's all. I'm gonna wrap this up, but that's the state. That's the state of what's truly going on right now, and it's what you consume. So the more you consume outside of you, that's filtered and lies, you know, you become what you consume. So I'll say my advice to that is just try to consume less of what you're doing now. Even like smoking weed, smoke less. Just do everything that you're doing less. So you can have more within. Consume less of the outside, so the energy within could grow. Feed the energy within. And the whole thing about the like the energy stuff, I also want to add this. When you fornicate, you know what I mean? When you fucking, you having sex, however y'all want to take it, however y'all want to, you know, understand what I'm about to say right now. When you in a relationship and you and your partner exchange fluids, it's like a sacred, like a spiritual contract, and it's an energy transfer. They want this world to be a give and take, but what it is a take and give. That's what it ought to be. Take what you want. Go after whatever you want. Take opportunity, take chances. So it's for you to take, and then it'll benefit you because it'll work out for you, and then you could give. You understand? So to go back on the when you're with your partner, it gets confusing with the energies that we have, the dominant forces and energies that we have when learning our yin and yang. If you're a man, you gotta learn both sides, your yin and your yang, to be whole within yourself. You don't have to be whole. You don't have to be whole within. You don't have to be whole within an individual, but you can be whole. Everyone has the opportunity to be whole within themselves. And the way to do that is to master your masculine and feminine and be one with that. So when you fornicate, just know you are pouring in a part of your spirit. The men, when you ejaculate, you're ejaculating a part of you into that female, and the female, when she put her juices on you, and she orgasms, she's putting a part of her onto you. And let's say y'all doing this for like about quite some time now. Eventually, after a while, the man starts to act more like the female, and all her insecurities, all her inner world becomes that man's like waking reality, and vice versa. That woman gets that man's, like, I guess the women have to walk in and act in that man's inner spirit within that man. So she's begin to talk like him, eat like him, cuss like him, and if he a man that sleeps around, she gonna do the same thing. So it's basically like that. So just know the person that you with, just know you become more like them and they become more like you. So after a while, if you see changes in them that you don't like, it's something you don't like about yourself, and vice versa. The women, if you see something within your man that you don't like, it's something that you don't like within yourself that you was doing. And that's how y'all both could go together. That's how y'all both could go together. So then once y'all acknowledge that and start to do the inner work within yourselves, and then you have sex, not physically now, because physically that's what happens physically. Yeah, swap each other's personalities and all that, and traits and all that. So what you do is have sex spiritually, and that's how y'all could balance simply like that. That's where y'all could have a balance. I could balance each other's energies and your spirit, and y'all could balance it out and be yourself again, be whole again, and still be together and grow spiritually. That's what's all that matters, is spiritual. Physical is a part you do. It's the first step in your life. Doing things physically is what everyone will do. When you understand that there's another level, which is the energy, which is spirit, which is consciousness. You evolving, not evolving, you know, so much on the physical, but it's more important evolving in your internal world. The more you evolve internally, everything will change for you externally. So they could say all you want, you know, the more work, put in more hours externally, your life gonna change. Sure, but it doesn't bring you happiness because you still haven't changed. You haven't done no work and put no time in and no attention towards your inner world. That's what's more true. So once you start putting more time and attention to your inner world and start doing the work internally, things for you externally will change. This is what I have done. And everything I'm seeing right now, I am channeling. I didn't even know what I was gonna say. I'm just flowing. I'm outside. It's a beautiful day. Y'all can't really see. I got it blocked because I don't want no distraction. I don't want y'all seeing me, seeing the distractions, just hearing to my voice and just feeling what I'm saying. I'm not trying to convince anyone to do any of this, but just simply doing the work by sharing information and the tools that I know a lot of you may not know. Some is hip to it and some don't got a clue, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's on their own path and going at their own pace, their own speed. And that's the authenticity about making everyone who they are. You know, just go at your own pace, at your own speed, at your own time. So where was I? A lot of distractions out here. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. I'm dodging vehicles. I'm dodging people. You know, and I'm losing the connection, but to get back on track, I'm gonna end it with just simply just use what I'm telling you for your self evolution. It's for understanding. It's for clarification. It's to illuminate. It's to illuminate the lies that may have been told to you as truth. It's to illuminate the truth within the lies. So I thank y'all for your time. For your cooperation. And thank yourself. Give yourself thanks and much appreciation and gratitude for having the patience to be with me here in this